Future Trunks has been officially announced for Dragon Ball FighterZ as a playable character. God damn it. I'm not angry at Future Trunks, I love the guy, but this was kind of obvious. I was hoping for a different character reveal that would show a bit more the direction that they were going with this roster. Anyway, today it's time to talk about what the complete roster might look like. Here's our speculation on the safe characters and also some pretty wild guesses out there. Let's start with the number. Now you might have noticed the title, it says 24 character roster speculation. Why 24 characters? Several reasons for that, none of them are super solid. First of all, I think a lot of us have already seen this character selection screen that's in the current build of the game. If we try to fit other characters into this screen, a total of 24 characters fit within it. Now I know this might not even be the final character selection screen, it might be completely different, or maybe it is this thing but it rotates as you scroll around and it actually fits more characters. But here's why 24 is a pretty good guess. Let's look at the previous games from Arc Systems. Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator had 21 characters, Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2 had 23, and this is before any DLC. And then we have their previous Dragon Ball games, which were Supersonic Warriors, which had 22 characters, Supersonic Warriors 2, which had 25, and finally Extreme Butoden, which had 25 as well. So 24 seems like a pretty well-educated guess. So with the number 24 in our mind, let's look at what this roster could potentially look like. First we have the 6 confirmed characters, Goku, Vegeta, Teen Gohan, Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu. And we know that they're not only pulling from Dragon Ball Z, but they're also pulling from Dragon Ball Super, or at least the movies, because the Golden Frieza is there. Someone even asked the producer if they would include Dragon Ball GT characters, and they said they would be open to feedback, so I think anything is fair game here. But regarding the Dragon Ball GT characters, I'm guessing the fan feedback will be something like, no. And we're gonna start this roster speculation by talking about some of the confirmed characters first. Goku and Vegeta. Now usually in Dragon Ball games we see a lot of different versions for these characters. Some games have like the Super Saiyan God Goku and the regular Goku and the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and the Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I don't think this game will have more than one version of both Goku and Vegeta. And the reason for that is we've seen that this game has transformations. Frieza turns into Golden Frieza, but Goku doesn't turn into anything. Vegeta doesn't turn into anything. Saiyans are the kings of transformations. So what's going on here? I think it's pretty simple actually. The game isn't coming out until next year. Like, Dragon Ball Super has more than 6 months to come up with a new transformation, which they will. I assure you they will come up with some new transformation. So my guess is Goku and Vegeta will have transformations in game, they're just not ready to announce what those are yet because they haven't shown up in the anime. So with only one Goku and one Vegeta, what characters are coming next? Let's start with the obvious, Piccolo. Piccolo is gonna be in the game. Period. Krillin. Can't have a Dragon Ball game without Krillin, and recently in Dragon Ball Super he's gone toe-to-toe with Goku, so he's strong enough to be in the fighting game, I guess. Next, Adult Gohan. Gohan might be one of the few characters that has multiple versions. I think Adult Gohan starts as Super Saiyan and then he has the transformation to go into Ultimate Gohan, or maybe just starts as Ultimate Gohan from the get-go. We can't give everyone a transformation. If Arc Systems started out by revealing Adult Gohan, I wouldn't be so sure if Teen Gohan would be in the game, but since they started by announcing Teen Gohan, I think Adult Gohan is pretty obvious. In fact, I think the whole team that is fighting in the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super is gonna be in the game. And that means Tien is gonna be there, Android 18, Android 17, and oh, Master Roshi is gonna be in the game, huh? I'm gonna pin a maybe on Master Roshi, but for now let's leave him in the roster. And from there we move on to some other bets that I'm not so sure of, but I think I still have some pretty good arguments for them. Beerus. Beerus is a powerful character, and people like powerful characters. He's as powerful as it gets right now. Unless you want to play as Zenwo. If you want to break the whole game, it doesn't even look fun to play. Beerus is a recent character, he's the most popular a recent character has been in a very long time, so he's also a sure bet. Super Buu or Kid Buu, one or the other. Potentially Super Buu as the base character with a Kid Buu transformation. And here's why. If they only wanted to go towards Dragon Ball Super villains, they wouldn't have included Cell. And Kid Buu is the biggest villain of Dragon Ball Z, so he kinda has to be in the game. But does that leave Super Buu out of the equation? Not necessarily. There's only one problem with this transformation theory, and that is the way transformations work in this game. They are a temporary buff. Once they run out, the character reverts to their base state, as if they ran out of stamina, so they revert back to normal. If they want to stay loyal to Dragon Ball canon, this doesn't really happen to Kid Buu. He doesn't revert back to Super Buu when his stamina runs out. So instead of that, could we have a Majin Buu, a Super Buu, and a Kid Buu all in the same fighting roster? I don't think so. That might be a bit too much for a 24 character roster, and Arc Systems has never done that in their previous games. And right now they have more characters to choose from than they ever had, so at this point I think that would be kind of a waste. So yeah, I'm a bit shaky on this one, but let's go with the transformation theory for now. Super Buu as a base character transforming into Kid Buu. Next, Gotenks. He starts as Super Saiyan, he transforms into Super Saiyan 3, or at least has an ultimate attack that makes him transform like Goku has right now. Unless Goten and Trunks are both in the game and there's this fusion mechanic. We should explore this idea in a future video. For now, let's go with Gotenks, Super Saiyan into Super Saiyan 3. And then we have Oob. Oob has already been mentioned in Dragon Ball Super. He hasn't shown up yet, but he has been mentioned. So I'm sure we'll see more of him in the future. He's a character that's only really been explored in Dragon Ball GT and quickly became a fan favorite. And since I'm sure he'll show up again in Dragon Ball Super before this game is out, then it feels like this game's a good place to debut the Dragon Ball Super Oob. Actually, the first real Oob, some would consider, since Dragon Ball GT wasn't really canon. Okay, we got 18 characters so far, there are only 6 to go, and looking at the current roster, we have 11 good guys, and we only have 7 bad guys. And that's if we count androids 18 and 17, Majin Buu, and also Beerus as bad guys, and they haven't been villains in a very long time now. So I think we need some more baddies in here, so who's the obvious choice? Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. I don't know why people like him, I think he's a boring character, but people like the legendary Super Saiyan, and I actually think he would be a nice addition to this roster. Why? Because besides Majin Buu, we don't really have another big character. Broly would be this like really big, really muscly character, and that could potentially give him a distinct moveset. And since he's also been in a couple of Arc Systems Dragon Ball games in the past, it's very likely that he will be back. Now, we still need more villains. Do you guys think we'll get Goku Black or maybe Zamasu merged? I really didn't like him in Dragon Ball Super. I thought he was a very weak villain. Not weak in terms of strength, he was just a boring character. I'm hoping some new awesome villain pops up in Dragon Ball Super in the meantime, but up until then, I guess let's stick with Zamasu. And for the final 4 characters, I would love to know your guys' opinions. I don't have any really good arguments for any of these, but because I don't want to be accused of clickbaiting with a title of 24 characters and only talking about 20, here's my wild guesses. Cooler, because we still need more villains. I think Vegito, because he's super popular and he showed up as Super Saiyan Blue, so that could be a thing because people like powerful characters. Think Whis, for the same reason, people like powerful characters. And I'm gonna throw a curveball and say Hit. My only fear with Hit is if he doesn't show up a lot more in Dragon Ball Super from now on. The time that Hit has had on screen has been amazing, and hopefully that builds up and he shows up more often. Otherwise, I don't think he'll be in this game, but I surely hope so. And that's it, folks, the 24 character roster. This is my prediction, written in stone. I cannot change a single thing now. I'm not expecting to get everything right, by the way. I hope I don't get everything right, I love surprises, but I'm fairly confident about some of these guesses. And this is obviously what I think the roster will be, not what I would like it to be. This would be a very different list, and I'm sure you guys have been sitting on the edge of your seats waiting for me to say a character name, one of your favorite characters maybe. So head down to the comments, this is your chance right now. Let me know which character you would like to play as in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Leave a comment and you might even be featured in a future video. In the meantime, check out all the super moves that have been announced so far and how to do them. Get ready for Dragon Ball FighterZ, gain the upper hand against your noobish opponents. Or if you're in the mood for something else, you can also click right here. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, click the like button if you enjoyed it, and as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Globku. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!